countdown. Anybody know how many school days are left? I'm surprised y'all haven't counted that down. Actually, I think there's 25 for you guys.
Can you take the string?
All right, here we go. First of all, moving forward, you need to, if you've got questions about anything that's about to happen or coming up, if you're not checking the website on a regular basis, that's a good place to go. We've got tons of stuff posted, updated pretty regularly with regards to anything that's going on. So between you and your parents, if you've got questions, first place you can always go is to the website to do that. Also, if you've not joined the senior class Google Classroom, you need to make sure you do that. Ms. Dunbar posts things pretty regularly. So if you want to take a screenshot of that really quickly, if you've not joined it and you need that code, get on there, please do that. And just know that we can continue to communicate through that Google Classroom. All right, if you don't have it marked already, Thursday, 27th, graduation. It will be at Freedom Field. It will be on the field. We've got some information for you today. I actually have a meeting here in a little bit. So, important things for you to know. Most of you, I think, have taken care of your cap and gowns. Cap and gowns have to be purchased through Herb Jones. If you've not paid for them, your cost at this point will be $80 to get it picked up. If you're unclear about your balance, Ms. Acosta can assist you with that. She's got a list. You will have to have your picture ID to pick it up on the day that they're here. He'll be here next week, Tuesday, both during lunches and after school. So ABL students, you guys that are watching online, you'll be able to come up after school and pick up your cap and gown during either lunches, after school, or on Wednesday again at lunch. So he'll be here 3 different times for you. So at this point, get your phone out, put a reminder in so that you make sure to swing by and pick up your cap and gown. It's going to be important that you don't forget to grab that. Okay? That's next week, the 26th and 27th, right? 27th and 28th. My apologies. All right. One other thing, guys. Normally we have this assembly a lot sooner in the year. We would have had one back in January to talk about things, but we've not been able to have assemblies until just recently. So it's important for you to understand that there are requirements that have to be met for graduation, okay? The commencement exercises are a privilege, not a right. You do get to graduate from high school, but you don't necessarily participate in the commencement exercises. Those are two different things, okay? But just to graduate from high school, there are specific requirements that you have to meet. And we can't just say, we can't just waive it for you. There are certain requirements that have to be met. So Ms. Wright here in a few minutes is going to talk from the counseling perspective. But you have to have that at least a minimum of 22. Majority of you are graduating on the 26th graduation plan credits. Okay, those all have to be met. So you can't just say, "Well, I'm not passing English 4, and we're still going to graduate." It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. So the text says you have to have those credits. So we're going to be pushing to make sure that you take care of this at the last minute. Also, your testing. Most of the majority are finished with all 5 of the courses. If you're still working on one, those are important. They have to be met either through the passing or through the IGC. So if you're still working on the IGC, get on it. You've got 25 days to get it finished. Okay? And also, fees and fines. This is part of the commencement exercises. You can still graduate from high school, but you're not allowed to participate in the commencement exercises. That's the actual ceremony on the Freedom Field. If you still have fees and fines. So if you've got a textbook at home that still needs to be turned in, or if you've got a parking fee, those all have to be paid before you can participate in the commencement exercises. So please make sure you take care of those responsibilities. Also participating in the actual exercises, no disciplinary situations. If you're currently under a disciplinary DAP or anything like that, you would be able to participate. All right, things for you to make a note of now so you can start preparing for graduation. The day of graduation, there is a district required dress code for graduation. So gentlemen, the outdoor commencement attire, they relaxed it a little bit for outdoor. Traditionally, it's always been a white dress shirt with a tie. That is still an option for you if you choose to wear that. However, you may wear a short sleeve polo type shirt, but it still has to have an actual collar. It can be a t-shirt like a lot of you guys have on today. It has to be a collared shirt. We ask that it's either white, gray, blue, or black. In other words, something that falls into our school colors so that it will coordinate with the gown that you're going to wear. So it needs to be a collared shirt, white, blue, gray, or black. You can wear the traditional white dress shirt with a tie, but it's not required. Gentlemen, you will have to wear slacks. They just need to be of dark color. So this says black or brown. It could be like a dark blue. That's fine too. Just anything that's of a dark color with your slacks. Okay. This is a formal setting, so you're going to wear some sort of a dress shoe, no tennis shoes or flip-flops, casual things like that. All right. And then, gentlemen, your just facial hair and piercings have to be within whatever the district dress code is. You just have to be in coordination with that. Okay. Ladies, yours is fairly similar. You may wear a dress if you choose to. It says it has to not show through the gown, but for us, that's not a problem because we have black gowns. You just want to make sure that it's a straight skirt, not anything that flares out because that'll push your gown out. If you choose, you may wear trousers, slacks, but they just need to be dark slacks. You can wear the same type of dress code that the gentlemen are asked to wear. With the white, gray, blue, or black collared shirt, or a traditional dress shirt with a tie. The main thing, ladies, a lot of you guys want to wear your really nice heels on that day. Be mindful that if it's a stiletto type spiked heel, it's not going to be allowed on the turf. You can wear a heel. It just needs to be like a wedge or something that has a more solid feel to it. Just keep in mind we will be doing a lot of walking that day, and you don't want to trip with your heels. So just make sure it's a shoe that you can walk on. If you have any questions about whether the shoe is going to be approved or not, get with Ms. Acosta and she'll let you know. Just a reminder, we have turned away students before who have not come to dress code. They've had to go fix it before they participated in the commencement exercises. So don't put yourself in that position. If you've got a question about what you think you want to wear, it's better safe than sorry to ask us first so that we can get it cleared for you and you're not screaming at the last minute to be able to participate. All your big makeup bags, all of that needs to be left in your car. Anything that you actually walk up to the venue with, like your car keys, your cell phone, anything like that, should be able to fit into a gallon-sized baggie. It will have a label with your name on it. We will keep it in a bin and we will give it back to you. Put your name inside the cap and gown. Sorry, well, both, yes, but particularly the cap, especially if at the end, at the ceremony, if you decide to throw your cap, that if you want yours back, to get it back. Okay, there is specific regalia, and all regalia means is all the cap, the gown, the cords, all that stuff. That's called regalia. There are specific guidelines that the district has set with regards to regalia that may be worn at graduation. Only those district-designated honor cords and stoles can be worn, and so here's a list of what will be recognized at the commencement ceremonies. So only these listed: the NHS top 10 graduates, the top 10%, AP scholars, dual degree students, and military commits. So there's a lot of other clubs and organizations that may have wanted to offer you a cord. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to wear that at the district graduation commencement exercises. Also, go back. We get this question every year. You're not allowed to decorate your cap, okay? That's a college thing. You can do that when you get to college, but the district does not allow cap adornments on your actual cap, okay? And those cords will be provided by the district. So we will issue, if you're getting a cord that you can wear at graduation, we will be the ones giving that to you, okay? All right, our district walking order. So we'll line up in this order, and this is how you order, and seated that way, and then the rest of the class in alphabetical order, okay? So we have here's your map, kind of as what it's going to look like at Freedom Field. So imagine you're sitting on the field, your home side will be to your left. So in other words, you're facing the field house, okay? You're facing the big scoreboard. And then visitors will be on your right. So we'll start on this side of the field, starting on the right-hand side. So balance out, top 10%, it'll flow this way. So if you're an A through probably an M, we're not quite sure yet, we haven't put you in your seats just yet, but just know if you're in the top 10%, you're going to be seated on the visitor side of the field. And if you're probably the first half of the alphabet, you'll be on the right side of the field, most likely. You'll find out on the day we do graduation practice exactly where your seat is. That way you can tell your parents, hey, I'm sitting on this side of the field, if they want to sit closer to where you are so that they can see. Okay. All right, specific information about the day. You're going to provide your own transportation to Freedom Field. You will park. We don't have that arrival time just yet. Those are some of the details I'm waiting on as to what other things the district's going to require of us. But in the past, we bused to the different venues because it's here at Freedom Field. You're going to provide your own transportation. So you can either drive yourself, your parents can, you can come with your parents, or someone can drop you off. Any of those, you will have to provide your own transportation. So be mindful of that now if you're planning. We'll give you that final time when we do our graduation practice. You, the graduates, if you are driving yourself, we'll have a designated parking area for graduates only. And you'll have a designated area for that. That will be on the south side of the stadium. It's down by what's called Alumni Hall. In other words, it's the opposite end of the field house. Okay? That's where you guys will park. That's where we will do our staging before we actually start the graduation ceremony. Your guests will park either on the home side or the visitor side. Not really, they won't park either the north or south. They'll park on either the east or west side of the stadium. Okay? All right, you have a 10 guest limit. If you didn't know that already, I think we tried to share that recently. If you didn't see that communication, you have a maximum of 10 guests per graduate. So on the day that we come together for practice, you're going to be given 10 wristbands and no extras. Okay, you can't even purchase them for addition. They're just not up for purchase. So even small children, I'll find out today how young that goes. I'm sure if it's an infant, they're not going to need a wristband because someone would be carrying that child. But even small children will have to have a wristband. Okay. No one, if you don't have a wristband, no entry.
All right, so your guests will be allowed to enter the stadium at 6:30, no earlier. So if you are getting dropped off, the gates might still be closed, and I just have to wait in their car until it's 6:30. No re-entry will be allowed. So once they're in, they can't go back outside and come back in. There will be an on-site photographer at graduation, and they will be available for you to purchase. So after you walk across the stage, typically we've had those people staged in the front, but I think we're looking to move it towards the back. But again, you'll get that information at graduation practice. Flowers will be available for purchase, at Freedom Field. So if your parents will bring or buy you some flowers or purchase anything, they are available for purchase at Freedom Field. So rules for the guests. So unfortunately, no air horns. Those are what they look like. No helium balloons, no confetti or glitter, no outside food or drinks. We are, I think, as a fundraiser, the junior class is selling water, so if they want to purchase waters, they are available to purchase. No posters, taped bleachers, stands, any of that. And again, I said water will be available for purchase. So graduation practice, there will be one required meeting/practice. So it's probably going to take about 3 hours. It is going to be on Wednesday, February 26th. At this point, you are all done with finals, you're done with everything. So Wednesday the 26th in the competition gym at 9, we will start at 9. So I don't need you rolling in at 9. I need you rolling in at 8:55. I'm sorry, oh, shoot, I need to change that. May 26th. Sorry. Let me change that. All right. Sorry. May 26th, the day before graduation. So please be there by like 8:30. We'll start opening the gym doors. You will have a designated seat because this is a practice, so we need you to know where you're going to be sitting. Like I said, plan on being there at least 3 hours, and then there will be an opportunity for you to pay any fines or fees that you have. Most of you paid that with Prom, but there's still several of you that have fines and fees out. Again, you will not be able to participate in the commencement exercises. At this point also, you'll receive your wristbands for your guests, and you will receive your cords if you are eligible for those cords. But you must be clear. All right, Ms. Wright is going to talk from the council.
Hey, you guys, so the time is here. And you know, a couple of weeks ago, we actually came to your English classes and we did a check-in with you guys. And we talked to you specifically about looking at your transcripts, making sure that you have all the requirements needed for graduation. I'm going to ask a quick question. If somebody can shout it out for me real quick. What's that magic credit total number most of you are trying to get to? 26. So remember that magic number is 26, and that includes your total amount of credits plus your endorsement, okay? So make sure you have your recruiting transcript, you are continuing to do so, and make sure that you are completing your coursework in class. Again, as Ms. Hudson talked about earlier, you will not walk if you don't complete the credit count, okay? You will not. We can't give you a reprieve or let you slide by. You have to make sure that you complete your coursework. In particular, making sure that you're paying attention to English 4, economics, and government, because those are those required senior courses that you all must pass. So if you have not or are not on track, you can make sure you are reaching out to your teachers, you are attending tutorials, and you're speaking about the needs that you need in order to be successful in those classes. The next thing you need to make sure is that you have your makeup hours completed. If you have any scars on that transcript, that means that you have makeup hours. You will not walk if you still have those scars in your transcript on May 26th or 27th. So make sure you speak with your assistant principal to find out how you need to make up those hours. A lot of you are getting college decisions now after you've completed your applications. Make sure that you are looking at the actual email that you used when you applied. Make sure that you are checking to see if you're getting those acceptances or not. Also, when it comes to financial aid, once you're accepted, you have a university portal. You need to make sure you're checking that portal as well to make sure that you've accepted any financial aid awards or packages that may be available to you. You have to actually tell them, yes, I accept. It's not just automatically done for you, okay? Any of this information, if you're confused about anything, your counselors are still here for you. We welcome those questions. So feel free to stop by the counselor's office or email us if you have those questions. One more thing, we want to celebrate you guys and the things that you have coming up in the future. So please make sure that you are in that senior Google classroom. You're completing the template for us to put up your pictures to show what you have coming for in the future, be it military or college. And the last thing is, if you remember, you guys filled out a survey when you came for your senior check-in, and we asked you where you wanted your final transcript. So if that has changed, please reach out to your counselor to let her know where you want your final transcript changed, if that school choice has changed since you did the survey a couple weeks ago. So bottom line, if you have any questions about, am I graduating, am I on track, is there something that I need to do, please come and see your counselor or email her if you have any questions.
All right, so next thing we're going to talk about is Operation Graduation. That is actually going to start, I think, the week after STAR testing, which is that second week in May. So basically what Operation Graduation is, May 10th, it is going to start May 10th. ABL students, if you're at home and you're listening to me right now, if you are struggling and it does not look like, it doesn't look good for you right now, your principal has probably already reached out to you about coming back face to face. It's not an asking, it's a requirement. Open periods will be removed. Basically, Operation Graduation is a room where we will have you in there. There will, of course, be some teachers in there, administrators, and we're basically there helping you get caught up. Well, not helping you, you're getting that opportunity, well, helping you if you need it, but giving you that opportunity to work all day on things that you need to get in order to graduate. So it might be ingenuity, it might be some missing classwork that you have. So it is important that it's not a fun setting. So I would encourage you to take care of business now. I think counselors have already started reaching out to you if you are in jeopardy of not passing. Again, that's going to start May 10th. You'll get more information. It is an isolated room, and so you're going to be there all day. And again, if you have those open periods, you're not going to have them those days until you get all that work done. All right, so activities, now with the fun stuff. So there's several activities coming up, one of which being next Thursday, the 29th. We are going to do a panoramic picture on the Shadow Creek football field or soccer field. ABL students, you will be able to come. Your absence will be excused. After your second period class, if you have one, we need you to report to the football field. Again, it'll be during third period next Thursday, so you'll have an announcement. You'll be released at the announcement. Again, we're taking a picture on the field, or might be in the bleachers, I don't know. You are required to wear your mask until photographer says, okay, it's okay to take it off. Take it off, we'll take the picture, and then we need you to put it back on immediately. Because we do want you to have that picture of everybody and just that memory. They'll be here the following Tuesday and Friday, Thursday, let's say Thursday and Friday. That wasn't my fault though.
I can stay Wednesday, Thursday. I'll have to do a call. But I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday during lunch. They'll be selling the photo.
Okay, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of that next week, they'll be at lunch and you'll be able to purchase it, and those are the prices there. After we get her to update this flyer, we'll post it on the Google Classroom so you'll be able to see it. Again, this is next Thursday, the panoramic picture on the football field outside. And it's not Freedom Field, it's Shadow Creek's football field. All right, prom. So prom tickets, they're done. We're not done. We're not selling any. If you didn't get it, I'm sorry. We were selling for over a month. So it's going to be Saturday, May 1st. I believe we have right under 500 students that will be there. So we did really well, and it is a senior-only event. However, if you have an underclassmen you want to invite, that's okay. Prom starts at 7:30. No admittance after 9:30, so you can't get in after 9:30. It's at the Marriott Marquis, and that's downtown Houston. Being purchased that's over. Masks are required at all times. Y'all, we don't want to be the mask police. That's not our job. We don't necessarily like wearing masks, but it is a requirement, and we have promised our parents and our community that we would have a social distance prom. That was one of the promises we had to make. Young lady with your feet on the chair, can you please take them off? Thank you. All right, so, we just ask that you keep your mask off unless you're eating or if you're snapping a picture real quick, we don't mind, but we ask for the most part you keep that mask on. We don't want to have to keep telling you over and over and over again, because you might be asked to leave if you do. So get something to match your outfit, jazz it up. Once you leave, you cannot come back in, period. You cannot, even if you have a room there, if you want to go up to your room, you can't leave and come back. As you know, there is a pool and a lazy river on the roof. You do not have access to it, again, unless you don't have access to it unless you have a room. Direct questions, just contact myself or Ms. Dunbar, and we can answer those questions. Prom King and Queen, voting will be next Wednesday. We'll post it on Google Classroom. The voting will be from 7 to 4. You'll vote via Google. I'm not sure how Ms. Dunbar has it set up. These are our candidates for King and Queen. We're going to have their posters hanging up in the comments here soon, but you can vote. You can vote even if you don't go to prom. As a senior, you are allowed that right to vote for your prom king or queen. So that will be next Wednesday, and we'll announce it at prom. Project graduation nights. I know you've probably been seeing all my emails. There is going to be a project grad night. It's going to be a Dave & Buster's. Start time is 11:30. Tickets are on sale now. They're $45. Dr. Marshburn, I believe, is the president of the club, and so any direct questions in the emails the many emails I've sent, her information is on there. It's at Dave & Buster's. It's a lock-in. Again, you have to be eligible to graduate in order to participate. But food, games, all that stuff is covered. And just one last opportunity to be with your classmates, okay? It's not a Shadow Creek event, although the Booster Club is made up of parents. We as administrators probably won't be there, but there will be security and other folks there. Remember, make good choices. All right, so final exam schedule. This is your final exam schedule. Again, you guys are starting earlier than the other individuals, just so you can have time for that graduation practice. So Friday, May 21st, is 1st through 7th period. You might want to get a picture of this, or actually this will be available, this presentation will be available to you. Monday is your next 2 exams, that's going to be 3rd and 6th. And Tuesday, you got 3 that day. It's going to be 2nd, 4th, and 5th. The next slide, I kind of give you a calendar of a weekend of class. ADL students that have an 8th, 9th, or 10th period class, you need to coordinate with your teachers so you can make arrangements. If it's a long-term project, you need to make arrangements to get that in before that Tuesday, the 25th. Wednesday, of course, we have that graduation practice, which I talked about, which, again, we're starting at 9. Doesn't mean roll in the door at 9. We're starting at 9. And then graduation commencement exercises will be at 7:30 at Freedom Field. So this is just a calendar, a week at a glance, that last week of school. So starting Friday, the 21st, you got your exams. Those are the times on there. We got exams Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday, you're essentially done with school. And then we got graduation practice on the 26th. Again, we'll be doing fines, fees, you'll get your cores. We need you there on time. Again, plan on staying 2.5 to 3 hours. And then we will have a senior sunset, and that'll come from Ms. Dunbar later on, and that'll be 7 o'clock at the practice field as well. Graduation is going to be at 7:30, and then the grad night again will start at 11:30. And remember, tickets are required to go to that grad night. All right, again, here's some more important dates coming up in the next couple of weeks. So, again, next Tuesday and Wednesday, April 27th and 28th, cap and gown pickup will be that day. We encourage you to come that day because if you're missing anything, the Herb Zone reps will actually be here on campus and they can answer any of your questions. I think a lot of you email me and think I know all the answers about Herb Jones. I don't. And so I usually have to contact them, and it takes a couple of days of back and forth. So I ask that you come those days in person to pick up your cap and gown. If you have a remaining balance, I do have the sheet. You can stop by me and see me after if you think you have a balance. Be ready to pay for it. Don't go online and pay for it. It's better just to pay in person because sometimes it takes a couple of days to process. And so we don't want any back and forth next week. Of course, we have prom voting, we have the panoramic, we have a senior awards night. It's going to be April 29th. That's going to be done virtually. That'll be published online, and I believe that'll come from the counselors. Prom May 1st. If you are a dual credit graduate, your graduation is May 15th. You actually have your associate before you have your high school diploma. May 26th, again, that's the graduation practice and your sunset, graduation, and project Grad. That's all I have for y'all. Do y'all have any questions?
Okay, move time for prom queen.
Oh gosh, no, we're not doing that. Anything else besides you want to add?
¿La tienes? ¿La tienes? Quítale un poquito el zoom. No, güey, quítale un poquito el zoom. Quítale un poquito el zoom. Zoom, güey, no foto. Ya. Cuando le quiten el zoom.
Okay, I heard a couple of the moms when we said we prepared to be here for, I think she said 3 hours for graduation practice. We hope to not keep you that long. However, this is a 2-day thing. Normally we have a meeting and then we have graduation practice. We're going to put those all together in one. So we'll try to get as much covered as we can, as quickly as we can, because we know that you don't want to sit and listen and do that kind of stuff for that long. So the sooner you get here and the sooner you can get started, the sooner we can get you out for that graduation practice, okay? And that will be in the gym on that Wednesday. I think that's it, guys. Bill's going to leave in just a few minutes, so we're going to go ahead and start slowly filing out of here, because it'll take a little while for us to get out. We'll just kind of hang out in the back box until the bell rings. Thank you. Have a good day.